The new Audi R8 represents an evolutionary improvement over the previous model. It's still very much an R8, but it's better in every measurable area than the model it replaces. The most visible external difference between the two models is the rear wing. The V10 model gets a speed-sensitive rear wing that, when you turn the vehicle off, tucks away flush with the rear of the car. The Hero V10 Plus model gets a chunky fixed carbon fibre rear wing that's modelled on the Le Mans race car. One of the only criticisms of the outgoing R8 model was that the interior didn't feel quite bespoke enough to match the exotic exterior. Audi's listened to that feedback, and there's now a genuine bespoke feeling inside the cabin. The steering wheel manages to ooze race car cool without dripping in a million useless buttons and switchgear. The shift paddles and the ventilation controls are beautifully designed and functional. The fitment of virtual cockpit for the R8 has, just like it did with the TT, resulted in a clean centre console design, something that you'll really appreciate when you see it in the flesh. On public roads, the R8's ride remains impressive. It's extremely capable at the limit, as we discover on the racetrack, but it's also able to soak up bumps and ruts with genuine ease. Our test vehicle has the optional Audi magnetic ride system, and while we opt for dynamic mode on the track, there's no reason to shift out of comfort on the road. I complete a 90-kilometre road loop in the lesser, if you can call it lesser, R8 V10, and as expected, the performance deficit is hardly noticeable at legal road speeds. There's slightly less theatre, no race-spec fixed rear wing, a subtle difference in exhaust note, and a little less brutality under heavy acceleration, but the basic V10 nails the brief of making the driver feel special for a lesser outlay.
Now, we've said from the outset that the most amazing thing about the R8 is just how easy it is to drive fast. It's absolutely astonishing. This is a very challenging racetrack with a lot of elevation changes and blind corners, you can't see where you're going, and the R8 just couldn't be any easier to drive. It's incredible. This car is so balanced and sharp. The steering's precise. The feel through the middle of the corner is really confidence inspiring, and you never feel like you're on the ragged edge of what the car's capable of. It's got massive amounts of mid-corner grip. The way the chassis responds to inputs is so sharp and precise, and it's just at this level of the game where cars are getting better and better and faster, I can't think of a super sports car that's easier than the Audi R8 to drive rapidly straight out of the box on a racetrack. It's absolutely astonishing.
There's a lot of fuss about the high-tech headlights that are available on the R8, but this view, the back of the car, is what everyone else is going to see when you're disappearing off into the distance. The R8 is an astonishingly fast vehicle on the racetrack, and more than that, it's incredibly easy to drive quickly. I can't wait to get one on test in Australia and get the rest of the Car Advice team behind the wheel.